Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is the second camera, the D5. This is the unmodified version. In this video I'm going to show you how to improve the microphone, in fact replace the microphone, so you get decent recording sound out of this. Also, at the same time we're going to be replacing the infrared position. Instead of being down here where it's affected by the length of the lens, we're going to be popping it up on top of here, because this is just false. All this is just, there's nothing in here, this is empty. Okay, so we're going to be moving the microphone to the middle of here, and we're going to be getting a little bit of a plastic box, which the two LEDs, which are behind this, are going to go in so you get decent night vision. As you saw from the other video, I've already done my other camera, and yeah, absolutely excellent. It's very useful now, especially for what I do. Okay, right. There's obviously lots of little tiny screws in this. They're easy to lose, so get yourself a pot to put them in. The longest one I would say is the one here that which is for holding external lights and microphones and stuff like that. This is not an electrical connection, okay, it's just a straightforward to put your microphone in or to put your video light in. Okay, and this is the longest screw I'd say out of them all. Alright, and it's got a dome head to it anyway, so you can tell the difference. All the rest are all countersunk screws. Okay, now there's a few obviously on the outside, and then there's a few on the inside we've got to remove as well. There's also a couple of these leads inside. I'm trying to think what the proper name of them is. Very fine leads, and I do not like removing them. You can remove them, you can unclip them, but every time I've done it, I've mucked it up. So now I try to do it without removing these leads. Right, so also you need a decent screwdriver, decent thin one. Okay, now I got this from a kit which I bought on the internet. It comes with all different attachments. It comes with what they call spludgers. Why they call them a spludger, I have no idea, but they do. Just there. That's for parting the cases. Okay, so comes with different extensions, comes with a pair of tweezers, so yeah, comes with some useful stuff, plus you've got the handle, and then you've got on the other side all the different sizes, plus you've got spludgers here, and you can adjust the length of this to be quite long. 15 quid I think it cost me at the time, and you can adjust it to whatever length you want, and it locks in. And of course you can change the bits as well, so we need a small Phillips bit. Alright, don't forget to select the right bit, because if you don't, you will chew up the heads and then you'll be in a mess. Okay, so we'll just move that over there out of the way. Alright, so we're all going to start unscrewing. Splodger is going to come in handy. I mean, it doesn't need to be a kit like this. If you don't want to start paying out for stuff to do this mod, you just need to find something that's thin but it's not going to damage the camera if possible. Okay, so yeah, you need to. Oh, there you go. That made me look a fool, didn't it? Now the other one, I was struggling with it for ages to come apart. It wouldn't come apart. This one's fallen apart. Right, so here's your LEDs. I'll bring it down a little bit for you. Come on, focus, you're on tart. Come on. Wait. Do it. Come on. Right, there you go, that's better. That's better. Right, okay. Got your two LEDs there, alright. Now we're going to be removing these because we're going to be putting them up on top of here, okay. But it's important you mark the legs on these because otherwise if you get them the wrong way round they won't work. Okay, and you could do some damage, so it's just not worth the risk. Yeah, here's the these little leads here. These are highly delicate. You do not want to break this. If you break it, that's it, it's all over. Okay. Now you've got three leads you need to unplug. One which goes to the IR sensor at the front. One that goes to the speaker, for what it's worth, which is down in the front there. It's held in with hot glue or whatever. Okay. And then you've got another one from the battery, because obviously you don't want to be doing this with the battery connected. Okay, so now ideally this is where you also want a pair of long nose pliers. Okay, so bear with me one moment while I get mine. Okay, they don't have to be curved like this, but it would help if they were. I've had these for donkey's years. So, yeah, we need to carefully unplug these, okay. Like one, okay. That's one. And then we need to unplug the battery one. Which could be, I'm throwing my hands in the way, isn't it? Not a lot I can do about it, I'm afraid. So that's the battery one undone. You can see down there. And then you've got your speaker one. That's the speaker one, okay. Well, as I say, these are, yeah. I hate dealing with these, I really do. Because you've got to be careful you don't pull it out from the front either. Right, now there are 3 screws, I'll bring that back up, to hold the battery in. Now the reason why they've got to come out is because I hold the board in as well. So these are 1, 2, in fact it might be even 4 if I'm right. So you've got to undo these screws, okay. Yeah, these are, actually no, they're not longer, they're the same. Okay. Right, okay. The ones that go on the circuit board are dome heads, they're not countersunk, they're dome head. Okay. Well, I would say flatheads. Actually flatheads I would call them, but yeah. So they're the same length. No they're not, they're slightly longer. I tell a lie. Right, so the ones that go into the board itself are like flatheads, but they're slightly longer. The other 2 are like the rest. Now, so you've got to be really careful. Ribbon cable, that's what they're called, ribbon cables. Okay, so be very delicate with the ribbon cable. There was 4 screws, like I said. Okay. Right now. I thought I'd done that one. No, I'm not undo that one then. I could have sworn that I did that. Okay, obviously it didn't. Alright. Okay, now something else is holding it. What's happening? Sorry, there's another one here. 5 screws. 5 screws. Be careful with the battery, don't damage the battery. Okay. Now. Okay, so you can now move the battery out of the way. Alright. Now I'm going to leave those 2 screws in. We'll take them out. It's up to you. Right. Okay. You've got another screw here. There's quite a few screws in this, which is to be expected. Again, countersunk, same size as all the rest. Alright, so far, the only one that's different is the one that goes through the board and through the battery case. Alright. Okay, right, there you've got another screw here. But there is it. And then there is I believe, one over in the corner here. I did say there's a lot of screws in this thing. Right now. Also, oh, now on the other one they didn't do that. Ha, great, okay. On this one, this is the camera that faces you, okay. Now on the other one it was literally, it just sat in there. On this one they've decided they're going to glue it. But the trouble is we need to get this board out and that camera's going to come with it. Right, okay. This is where it could become tricky. Let's hope they didn't glue it all that well. We can guarantee they did. Try and use a sputter if you can rather than... Oh dear. This could end very bad. Yeah, I hope you're not going to have the same problem. So, yeah, let's change a bit on that. Get a flat blade and see if you can remove the glue. Oh dear. Yeah, this is not working out. This is not working out so well. You could get a blade, maybe. Slice that along there. Mind your fingers. Oh, they've really done me up like a kipper on this one. Definitely done me up like a kipper. I bet there's lots of you out there. Yeah, right, I don't think so. Oh great, that's it. Oh brilliant. Okay, let's do that again. Right on there. Oh, I see, they've put tape over it. These are all becoming very delicate. Oh, right, great, okay. Right. Where you can, try and use plastic. Oh, I see what they've done. It's different to what they did on the other one. Just goes to show you, doesn't it? I think they'd had problems with these coming out of place, so they decided that they were going to fix them more permanently. So they put tape across them. Right. ideally try not to get, you don't want anything metallic getting near the camera if you can avoid it. Alright. That's it. Okay, right. And then drop your tools on the floor. Right, so that's, okay, so you don't need to get the glue off, you can just get the tape off, alright? Right, now. The board should be now free. Okay. Obviously make sure you've got no SD card in there because you'll never get it out in a million years with the SD card in there. Okay. Right, now, as you'll see, what I was trying to point out to you was, so that's the microphone there, where my thumb is, okay? I'm about to show you where the actual mic is. Or if they make me look a fool and do it different on this one. Right, now be careful because you've got, there are micro switches here, 2 micro switches, alright? So, and of course the camera has tried to reglue itself. How lovely. That's it, there you go, right. Okay, right, so now remember you've got the display here as well. So you don't want to get that damaged. Alright. Again, it's got another ribbon cable. Alright. So you do have to be really careful. Now, yeah, so you can see where I showed you where it was. So that's the actual capsule mic. Where my finger is. Where that spudger is, that's where the actual capsule mic is. Okay. So it's a good, yeah, it's a good, well actually, no, it looks like they've modified this one. Yeah, I knew they were going to do that to me. Yeah. If you bring back that where it should be. Well, it's close. It's not right on it, but it's close. But again, the microphone sensitivity is absolutely awful. So yeah, so there's all your buttons, so don't move these or lose these, alright? Okay? And make sure you try not to get any fingerprints on here when you're putting this back, alright? Or on the perspex. Because if you get fingerprints on the perspex, you're going to cause yourself problems, alright? So yeah, so there's the other camera, selfie camera, alright? But the main things we want to get to is these and this little capsule mic. Okay? Now, this is all where it becomes a bit tricky. Because I tried to get the microphone out of the other one by holding it and then using a soldering iron to loosen up these joints. And yeah, it was having none of it. I think they'd actually glued it in place, so I ended up breaking it off, which I think I'm probably going to have to do with this one. It's this side you want to get to anyway with your 2 wires, alright? Okay, right, now this is a handy bit of kit I bought. This is a scope, it comes with a stand. Right, wow. Obviously it's not good for what I want to do. But my eyesight is not as good as it was. So right, so you can adjust it. Okay, so the reason why I'm using it is because I want to see if there is a positive terminal on there. Yes, there is. Right, well, what I want to do is I want to... Right, so this allows you to record what you're seeing, okay? So I can focus in on there. Yeah, so that's right, that's excellent, right, okay. I wish I did this when I did the first camera. I'd have been able to see that. Yeah. So obviously freehand is a bit dodgy trying to hold it. But yeah, that's fine. Excellent. Okay, right, so that's recording that. Alright, okay. So what we'll do is we'll pause that a minute and we'll turn it off. Goodbye. Now, get yourself a decent, well, you know, get yourself a decent soldering iron. This one came as a kit. Again, it cost me around 15 quid on Temu, is it? Came as a complete kit. Came with solder sucker, different bits. You want a small bit, obviously. This is a temperature controlled iron. So you can adjust the thermostat. Now you don't want it boiling hot. You probably will need it fairly hot. Alright. And you will need solder. In fact, ideally, first of all, what you'll need to do, we've got some of this copper braiding, we need to remove the solder. Okay, right, as you can see I've added a part. This is going to be for the infrared illuminator, alright, which was originally there. Okay, now I recently used a plastic box for Stanley knife blades. I've been to a couple of pound shops and can't get them. But I did find something probably even better. Now I've cut the LEDs off already. Right now I've marked them up with red marker. It is actually marked positive and negative on the actual board, so not too worried about that. So yeah, so that's going to be the illuminator. Alright. These are made, this is made from pillbox. It's made out of a pillbox. So if you can get something like that, that's perfect. Alright. So, I mean, you can use whatever you like. The only stipulation is, if you want good illumination, you must make sure that this part here is completely unimpeded, alright? It's got to be frosted, it can't be clear, it's got to be frosted because it has to splay the light out, alright? Also you'll see I've taken the label off which said camera and I've made a hole there. I don't know if you can see that. I'll bring it down. No, you can't because it's black. Yes, you can. There you go. Yeah. There's now a hole there which is where the microphone's going to go. Okay, so I've made a hole there for the microphone. I've made this box to accept the illuminators, okay, LEDs. I've also made a hole inside here ready for the cables for the illuminators to go through, because they've got to go through and come out of the inside of there. This is hollow here, okay, so the wires will come out through here. There's absolutely nothing there. Alright. Right, so next I wanted to make a backboard. I've changed it from my original one. I wanted to make a backboard which slides in there, which has got the 2 LED illuminators in it. Now I've sprayed it white because I want to get maximum reflection out the front. So the more reflection you can get out the front, the better. Okay, so you drill 2 small holes that are a good fit to fit the LEDs, and then you spray it white, and then you pop them in with a little bit of super glue. Now as I said, before I cut these off, I did them with red marker to show which is the positive leg. So if you wire them up wrong, they won't work, and you might even damage them or damage the board, so it's just not worth the risk. Alright, so eventually this is going to go inside here like so. Okay, and then the wiring will go down inside and come out here, and it will be resoldered to where the LEDs were originally, which was there. Okay, now it's up to you whether you want to take these out or just cut them down and solder the wires to them. It's entirely up to you. If you're not a soldering expert, yeah, these should be able to come out. If you heat them up with a soldering iron, they should be able to come out, and you should be able to get the wires down in the holes there. It's entirely up to you what way you do it. You want to find some wire, obviously, red and black, and it's got to be long enough, because remember, this is, when this is disassembled, or like it is now, it's got to be able to, you know, you've got to be able to get your hands back in there to reassemble it. So it needs to be long enough so you can get to everything, alright? It'll all fall into place once you start putting it back together. Okay? You can drop some super glue down each side, and that will fix this in position. Make sure you don't get it on the front. You just want it down the back, and then feed your wires down inside. Okay? Right, the tabs don't need to be as long as what I've got them here. You can move them closer. Okay? But we'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to concentrate on the microphone first of all. Okay, so I'm going to just put that over there. So we won't worry about that at the moment. So this eventually will be super glued shut. Okay, and then when we're finally finished, we will mask all this off, and this will be sprayed matte black, except for the front part, which you will cover with some masking tape. Okay, because obviously you want that to shine out the front. Okay, right, so we're at the point of taking the microphone out, and I'm going to remove the solder off the board. So I'm going to turn the soldering iron on. Okay, I'm going to try and clear the solder off of here. But when I tried to get the other one off, I found that the microphone had been glued. So I might well have to take it off manually. Just one moment. Okay, right, the wires are on there, but yeah, it's not a job for the faint-hearted, I've got to admit. Very tiny joints, and the wires being so thin, they're really tricky to solder. Right, so I've put the memory card in. I'm going to do a test recording to see if the sound is sorted out, but temporarily I've got to put the battery back. Why? Because you'll end up frying it. So okay, there you go. We're in. Okay. Right. I'm going to fire it up. And hopefully we have a display, which we do. If you can see that very well. Again, I'm trying not to move all this lot around too much. Right, so we need to move along. And then, right, so we're there. Right, okay, so the camera's running. Right, okay, so we need to press record. It's now recording. Do a bit of a decent recording so that we get a good thing with the sound. Right, the microphone I haven't put in yet. I've got the microphone there and it's inside foam rubber. Alright, so to stop the vibration, okay. So yeah, hopefully it's picking up my voice properly. And then we'll whip the card out and we'll go and have a look on the computer to see if it's working okay. Press record. It's now recording. Do a bit of a decent recording so that we get a good thing with the sound. Right, the microphone I haven't put in yet. I've got the microphone there and it's inside foam rubber. Alright, so to stop the vibration, okay. So yeah, hopefully it's picking up my voice properly. And then we'll whip the card out and we'll go and have a look on the computer to see if it's working okay. I think that's probably long enough. So press stop. Okay, right. Right, I knocked my camera scatty. Right, okay, so I sorted out 2 lots of wires from old USB lead, which had broken down. This stuff is perfect. This will do it perfectly. Okay, so I'm going to strip the ends and tin them, and I'll be back. Right, so that's our wires. Both been tinned. Now we're going to fix them to the LEDs first, but just let me get a decent pair of cutters first. Right, okay, here we go. Right, so we're going to do the lives first, okay, so we don't need them that long. Sorry for the noisy soundtrack. My son is practicing for a gig that he's got. And even though I have asked him to keep the volume down, it didn't quite work out. There we go. Right, so we're going to give these a bit of a 10. And then we'll put the lives. Get it in shot might help, might it? There you go. I've got a bloody screen right in front of me. No. Okay, and then last but not least, okay. Right, we'll put some heat shrink on there, I think, or not. It's a bit professional, yeah? These are the smallest ones I've got, they'll be right. Should be. Yeah, it should be right. So, one on there. And then we'll get the guitar on there. We have to do it on. That's it. And put the other one on there. Right. I'll get my wife's hairdryer. It's perfect, this is, for a heat shrink. Everyone should have one. I mean hairdryer. Well, yeah. My wife as well, I suppose, if you want one. Right, okay, let's just undo my soldering iron. Get it out of the way because I don't need it now. And okay, let's do that one first. First one's first. Perfect. There you go, that's that one. Right, okay. Now we'll do the other one. And put that on there, like so. And what do I do with the red? What do I do with it? I dropped it, of course. What else was I doing? Ouch! That hurt. They're laughing in the back row. Right. Okay. That's it. Job done. There you go. And we'll pass our wires move over so you can see through the hole. Right now, because the bottom of it actually curves, this box, I've had to cut these little curves out. Also, I've had to cut these little notches out at the top for the lid to shut. This could be interesting. Yeah, I thought it might. Right, okay, gonna need to bend these. Okay. Maybe I could have done with not making those so long. Right. Okay, it's a tricky bit. It's going. A little bit tight in there. Maybe I should have I think it's this one. Right, so I've just dribbled a bit of glue down there, so a bit of glue down this side, like so. Don't get it on the front, for Christ's sake, because otherwise you're going to muck up the reflector. So it's important, alright? Hopefully we're in the right position. And now we can close the lid down. Put a bit of super glue on there. Hold it. I've got enough. No, I've run out. Okay. Just one moment. Right, yeah, so just pop a little bit of super glue around the edges. And then we can close it up like so. Might have to hold it there for a minute when it dries. Right, you're not going to see the wiring because once we've got the black paint sprayed on, you won't notice it. So just let that dry off. And then hopefully we'll be done. I'll be able to test it till it's in the dark, of course.
See those then?
Thanks, son. Thank you. Alright. So a nice cup of tea made. So yeah, I might have to hold it there for a minute. Right, that seems to have taken. Right, so that's the new infrared illuminator. So you should end up with just two little bluish pips, if you can see them, from down there. There you go. Oh, what's the matter with this camera? It won't bloody focus. There you go. I'll just bring that look up now. Right, so that's that bit sorted. Now, next job is to solder the wires coming from there onto these. Now, both the right hand legs on these are the lives, so I know I haven't got to worry about that. Right, so we can now clip these off. One, and the legs cooled down, and we'll strip these off. One, and the other one. And then the black ones. Uh-oh. I think I've just made a boo-boo. I need to know which ones are which, otherwise I'll end up doing... Actually no, it shouldn't make any difference. They'll both be going to... if I've got it right or not. Probably is, I don't want to reassemble the camera. It was bad enough taking it apart the first time. Yeah, okay. Right. I mean, it shouldn't make any difference, I don't think. After all they need is a neutral and a live. Doesn't matter which one does what. I don't think it's going to make any difference, to be honest. Better put a heat shrink on first. I checked it really, never mind. Okay, alright, these things are meant to try us. Right, so I'm going to just tap the ends. Right, we just want to okay. We'll do the first one first. Seems logical. Done. And the other one. Okay. That's one. That's the other. Wow, yeah, I didn't solve that very well, did I? Let's do that again, shall we? Oh my goodness me. Right. Try again, yeah? Okay. Right. Drink them up. Oh God. Put that one on. Put that one on. Yes. Got another plug. Right. Put the iron back in. Right. Okay. So we'll get the other one on. And the other one. Right. I've put plenty of wire in, I know, but it'll all go in without problem, so that's what matters. Right, so we just okay. So I don't think it's going to make any difference, personally, but no doubt I will find out extremely quickly. There's one. Put that down there. And then put that other one on there. A bit more solder. Okay. Okay. Right, turn the iron off. Put the heat gun in. Okay. Right. I think what we'll do is we'll do one more sound check just in case. Just in case, not worth the risk. So put a card in and then we'll power it up. No, we can't power it up until I put the battery back on. Actually, you can't get these battery terminals around the wrong way anyway, because for a start they're marked. That's one thing I will say, they do mark everything quite well. The only thing they don't do is the manuals. They're pidgin English in the manuals. Is unbelievable. Right, okay. So let's power it up. Hold the button and power it up. That's it. It's alive. Okay. Alright, so we go along and press the go button. Okay. Right, at the moment, because I haven't got the sensor connected for the infra red sensor, it's given me a very weird picture. I just noticed it. I should have noticed it the first time around. But anyway, we'll press record and we're now recording, so hopefully the sound is coming out good and strong. Now it's in situ as I'm moving round to the front, and we're now recording, so hopefully the sound is coming out good and strong. Now it's in situ as I'm moving around to the front, and we'll see, won't we? So I think that's probably a good enough test. And then it's reassemble everything. So, okay. So yeah, I'll make sure we're getting the image here, definitely. Right, okay, cool. Right, I'm going to pause that. Right, okay, so we're now going to put the speaker connector back in. Like so. Right, this is where it all becomes a bit tricky now, because that screen's got to go in. First of all. And the trouble is that one So power on. Yeah, it's come up alright. And buttons are working. Yeah, we're back to normal picture. That's good. Excellent. Right. Oh, no SD card in. Okay. So I'm going to pop the SD card in. I would do if I could get cover. That's it. It should come up any second now. And there we go, on SD card. And we'll press record. So, record. So, it's all working. We'll go outside, make sure it's all functioning correctly. And hopefully it's picking up my voice. And hopefully it's picking up all the birds. Come on birds, sing! So my garden's in the middle of a makeover at the moment. Because I'm building a new workshop down the bottom of the garden, which is down that bit there. So it's all in a bit of disarray at the moment. But yeah, hopefully it's filming okay. And it is, and the sound is good, so let's have a look what the sound is like. It's picking me up from a reasonable amount of way. Probably just getting my trousers. So yeah, I think it's a great picture. It does give a good picture, this camera, even though it's a cheapy camera. It does give a good picture. Look, I put weed killer down. Look at them. Look at them coming up. Unbelievable. They're crazy, isn't it? So yeah, more weed killer. And the boards are coming tomorrow for me to lay down the foundation. So got to scrape off this top surface. 10 foot by 10 foot. Got a 9 foot by 6 foot shed coming. Well, it's not coming, it's already here. It's been here for a year in fact. So yeah. So all good. So right, let's try out night vision. Okay, right, I thought I'd show you this out in the garden and that. Obviously kitchen. I'm now going to turn it on to night vision. There's now night vision. And there you go. Alright, so that's working fine. Right, okay, let's give this a go. Oh. Right, that's my security light that's come on out my. I need to wait for it to go out, really, because I was going to get false reading. Okay, right, it's gone out. Right, so what you're seeing now is out in the garden, no problem at all. And as you can see, it's very effective. Not bad at all. Okay, so yeah, by the time you get to the, I mean, I'm about probably, let's put it this way, I know for a fact that look up here. Ah, security light, go out. Right, this is, right, I'm 12 feet from the next part of the garden. So we'll wait for that light to go out. Okay, right, the security light's gone out. I'm 12 feet to the entrance to the second part of the garden. And as you can see, by the time you get to 12 feet, you're starting to lose definition. That's not bad. And there are no reflective surfaces, remember, when you're outside. It's all dark wood. So we can switch on to the other type of night vision, which is sort of like supposed to be a colour version. So yeah, it's still night vision, but you're getting sort of a colour version of it. I would say it highlights the definition a little bit more. A little bit, I wouldn't say a lot. Yeah. I mean, that the end of that fence where you can just about see is probably about 15 feet. So yeah. So you're running out of power then. So yeah, over in the corner there, that's about 12 feet probably from where I'm standing. But yeah, it's not too bad. It's probably better indoors. You could use it quite easily for indoor security. Not so good for outdoors. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like with the extra floodlight, which you can buy. Got nothing to do with the camera, but you can buy it separately. About 20 quid they are, but they're well worth the money. These lamps, I'd say about 20 quid. They would probably last for about 2 hours if you had it on full power. They are fully adjustable, so you can, if I turn it on, see it comes up blue. You can see it with the naked eye. It's a very dull red. And you can use these while you're charging them as well, so you could use it off a power pack to extend its life. So I'm going to fit that on too. That fits on there lovely. Right, so what we'll do is we'll go out the garden again, and right, we're just at the moment we're in normal camera mode. I mean, you can see at the moment because my security light's on, so that's what's giving us a light. So if we turn on to night vision, right, okay, so night vision is now on. Alright, this is what I was showing you before, but now I'll show you what happens when you put the floodlight on. That is on the lowest setting, so that is hardly on. You can see how bright that is. Absolutely incredible. No problem at all. So if you want outside security, this is going to do it. No problem at all. As I say, and that is on the lowest setting, so it will probably maybe give you 2.5 to 3 hours on one charge. But if you had this plugged into a power pack, or you could plug it into a socket, you know, charger, power charger, using a USB lead. So yeah, very effective, extremely effective. As I say, it can go brighter than that. like that. But then the camera's automatic control comes in, and we'll try and darken it down, which is not a bad thing. So yeah, you turn it down and it will make up for it again. So yeah, it's on minimum illumination. So you've got no fear of not being able to see where you are, or seeing anybody come to that. What I'll do is I'll put it up on my fence, and then you'll be able to see. There you go. Right over in the corner, and you can plainly see me from over here, no problem at all. So very good lights. And as I say, they only give out a very slight glow. So yeah, very effective for security anyway. But as I say, the illuminator on the camera itself, the one we modified, is good enough for any room. What I'll do is I'll take it back in and I'll show you in the house. Well, you saw it in the kitchen, didn't you? So right. In light at the moment, so I shall. Right, so the illuminator's not on, okay, and there you go. So that's just with the illuminator on the camera, the one that we modified, so it's more than capable. Alright, so if you just want to use it for checking out a room, you can. Alright, and I mean I'm a good 12, probably 13 feet, and you can still see what's at the end of the hallway, so not bad at all. Okay, yeah, I hope it's been some use to you, and back to the video. Yeah, selfie works as well. There you go. Anyway, so if you've enjoyed this video and it's been of some use to you, please hit that like button, it's really important. There you go, a bit of light. Yeah, please hit that like button, it's important. It gives the algorithm on YouTube the knowledge that you enjoyed the video, and they will promote it. Alright, so it literally takes 2 seconds. Just drop down to the bottom of the screen, or just below the bottom of the screen, and drop a comment or whatever, any advice or whatever. If you've got any ideas, pop them in there. Alright, anyway, till next time, cheerio, bye.